Welcome back to another 2.5 stars. I'm joined by
Jason
and Kelly, or not Kelly,
Eric.
You know that you're half dwarf, right?
I think
What if I'm
Eric,
the Brad Pitt of dwarf kind?
Kelly, his wife, fucked it a lot.
What's up, guys? It's Steve. I had hair when I was younger.
Like, watch this, guys. I'm gonna totally make them do it. Oh!
What's up, guys? It's Steve with Hap Gaming, and welcome back to another 2.5 stars. I am joined by
Eric.
Kelly.
And this week we watched Dawn of the Planet of the Apes. Dawn of the Rise of the Planet of the Apes, I guess is what I'm trying to say.
Dawn of the Rising Star.
Dawn of the Rise of the War of the Planet of the Apes. It's all the movies at once. We just watched them all.
Yeah.
Dawn of the Planet of the Apes, directed by Matt Reeves, written by Matt Baumbach and Rick Jaffa, starring Gary Oldman, Kerry Russell, and Andy Serkis. IMDb synopsis: a growing nation of genetically evolved apes, led by Caesar, is threatened by a band of human survivors on of the devastating virus unleashed a decade earlier. So what'd you guys think?
The beginning part of it was a little sobering with the virus stuff. I'm
Right
like,
away. Stay home if you have a cough.
oh my
What?
God.
Yeah.
This is exactly what's going on
I
right
asked
now.
Eric, is this the movie or did you
Yeah.
just play something else? Like, because he put the easiest way for us to find the movies on Google Play is for Eric to put it in a playlist. So he just goes to YouTube and bam, there it is on a playlist rather than, So right before that, I seen through his channel other news things, and that C word was all over, and so I'm like, oh, why is he putting on that? Well, maybe it was something that we need to know. I don't know. And then that started. I'm like, oh, it's the movie.
Yeah.
What's going on, Brian? Thanks for joining us. It's and then the fact that not only is the virus wiping us out, we're also fucking morons and fighting each other also. So
Yeah.
Well, that's
like,
exactly what'll happen.
yeah, but still, it's like, come on, can't we band against something? We can band together against something. I guess aliens,
Yeah, the
right?
monkeys.
We'll have to go against
The
aliens.
monkeys.
Well,
They're
they
going to band
didn't,
against
though.
the monkey. Well, of course they didn't, because their whole... Okay, let's say that you and I survived, and we're down in the San Francisco spot for some stupid reason, and they're coming up with this just this genius idea, because you know that I would have worked myself into the upper echelon of something to, and I would be like, Steve, you got to hear this. You remember those monkeys that escaped that are super smart that can talk? And you'd be like, yeah? I'd be like, yeah, they want to go try and take the power station from the monkeys. God knows there's a shitload of other power stations that we could get to, because there's a zillion of them, not to mention solar technology. Did everybody forget about that? But no, hey, I got a genius idea. Let's go take a power station that needs somebody there all the time, by the way, to keep going, from the monkeys. Super strong. A chimpanzee can rip your fucking head off if it's jacked up enough. It can just grab you by the eye sockets and predator your fucking head off.
Just
And
fucking
we're like,
scorpion you.
Yeah, and we're like, hey, I got an
Sub-Zero.
idea. Let's take our pea shooters and go up there with a bunch of untrained personnel and fight some monkeys that that if they get within fucking 10 feet of you, they're going to kill you.
Why do you feel like Mickey Mouse?
Because Mickey Mouse is the only guy who's stupid enough to come up with this plan.
Also, let's take the moron that went up there and shot one of them, and then let's take him again, because apparently he's the only person who worked there. But guess what? We didn't actually need his help because we didn't use him at all.
So I'm gonna tell you what. If that was me, and I'm the blonde guy, right?
Yeah.
And we show up, and this bald guy has shot one of the monkeys for no reason. I would have looked at the Caesar, and I've been like, "Hey, I'm really sorry this happened. Let me take care of this." Blam! I would have blown the bald guy's head off right there.
Well, yeah, because if
Humans
he's going
don't
to
kill apes, that's bullshit. Any of them that kill your people, just get rid of them.
he's just gonna fire like that, he doesn't have enough trigger discipline to fucking be, good enough to be around anybody with a gun.
No, I mean he hit a gun.
Yeah.
I would have been like, Caesar, you should shoot this piece of crap.
Yeah.
He wasn't supposed to have the gun.
You can
What the
break
hell
him in
is
half
wrong
and
with
throw
this
him in the
fucking
river. I don't
guy?
care.
Caesar, rip his fucking head off as an example to the rest of these assholes.
Mhm.
Don't hide guns. I mean, it's like so strong.
Yeah.
The one thing I gotta say, that's the premise part of this drove me nuts because here's the thing. There's a million things you can do to electricity. Like, for instance, get a bunch of exercise bikes, rig up the motor, rig up an electric motor, and go, hey, everybody, who wants hot water? Oh, I do. I love hot water. Guess what? You're all on an hour a day exercising.
Yeah.
What? Oh, okay. Anybody who don't exercise gets no hot water for a month. So don't exercise. If you're injured, we'll figure something out. It better be a real injury or no exercise bike for 2 months or no hot water for 2
All
months.
right, I'm off the exercise bike for 2 months. You just said so.
Yeah.
I didn't hear anything else.
Yeah. And I mean, it's like, what the hell? Why? Whose dumbass idea was this? Secondly, if you make friends with them, okay, they can fucking hunt animals and stuff. You could figure out a trade agreement. Maybe they want some guns.
Yeah.
I mean, here's the thing. If they all have guns, right, you're okay. Because then, like, here's the thing. This whole plot of the movie, let's say this guy goes, hey, you know what? My people have some guns coming in. Why don't I bring you guys some guns and I'll show you how to use them? Okay. In the agreement, that way you guys won't think that we've got one over on you or something. And then Koba's entire fucking worry would be gone, even though he was using all that. I think he was just like, he really hated dudes.
Oh, he hated humans. He was like,
Yeah,
fuck you guys.
he's
I'm
like-
going to fucking
but
kill all of you.
I'll tell
Like,
you
and then
what,
you look at,
if
like, somebody like
humans
Rocket.
showed up,
Go ahead.
yeah. I mean, if humans showed up with guns and are like, here's how to use them, this way you guys won't be afraid, like, Koba's going to be like, all right, these guys are either super stupid or they're okay.
Yeah.
Let's not fuck this up.
So you've got
Right?
like Koba who's doing that shit, and then you got somebody like Rocket who has been abused just the same, like in fucking trials and shit like that, and just just fucked up constantly. And that dude's like, whatever. I'm just gonna follow Caesar. Whatever he says is cool. I feel like they
Yeah.
need medicine way more than they need guns, though. Like that would have been like if they could have. I don't know. You
Of course,
you would have had to
you
have a
whip that
pharmacist
in
that
there, too.
knows
Oh, we need
medicinal
meat
plants
and
is the problem.
food. P.S. Hey, we can make this awesome wheel you guys can run in, and it will make juice, and we'll give you all crap loads of medicine and some blankets.
Yeah. Don't give them blankets. That turned out badly for the last group of people.
It's a joke, obviously. But I mean,
man.
if you work together, then
Yeah.
guess what? We're fucking just really wimpy, crappy apes. If apes together strong, I want to have
that's
a gorilla,
why me
buddy.
and you would go in with no shirts on, and I guess we'd have to. I don't know somehow.
just be there.
Beat your chest.
Yeah. We're kind of not sickly, but we're like we're less hairy apes. A lot of
Yeah.
experiments happened to us. All right.
Yeah,
So we lost
I
a
just
lot of
feel
our
like
hair.
I got shocked a lot.
Yeah.
That's why my dick is so big. Don't look at it.
Oh
You
man.
guys are making me uncomfortable looking at it
Stop staring at it, please.
because the
Stop it.
chimpanzees would all be looking at it, and I'd be
Yeah.
like, you know what? I'm just gonna. Do you guys have any human bottom wear? They call it underwear. Do you guys have any of that?
Oh man, you know
You know?
that Caesar's got some of that shit.
Oh yeah. I'd be like, I mean, you don't want your old lady looking at this thing, do you? Don't rip it off. Don't do it. I'm sickly. I'm a sickly old chimpanzee. Leave me alone.
It's a growth. Don't worry about it.
It's just a tumor.
It's a tumor. It's
not
not the
too
It's a
tumor.
vestigial tumor.
It's a tail. It's on the wrong side
Yeah.
of me. Sorry.
Oh yeah, I'm a freak. I got a tail for some reason. I mean, I do. One of the things that's kind of a little iffy about this is like, what the hell are the gorillas going to be eating? I was actually talking to my brother about this, and he's like, they eat stuff that people can't eat, and I guess their digestive system, they have like 1,000,000-foot long colon, right?
Yeah.
And they can actually turn all that stuff into like basically fatty acids that gives them their energy. It's fucking bizarre. I can't remember that's exactly. It was some kind of a fatty thing though. Anyways, that's how they get all their energy. It's like they're not going to get by eating meat. They don't have the digestive tract for it.
No, and there's not enough plants up there, like, leafy plants. It's all fucking pines and stuff, pine needles and shit like that up there. So not enough for them
Wait,
to
what the
fucking
hell
munch
do
on it.
elk eat?
Elk? Oh.
Do you think they could just get by eating like the leaf shoots and stuff? Like, because I think elk and deer eat like leaf shoots, grass, other shit. There's definitely not enough because those fucking gorillas eat like 20 pounds of shit a day.
They just eat grasses, it says.
Yeah.
A variety of flowering plants and stuff. So, I mean, you imagine, like, okay, so you had the bear that attacks Caesar's kid in near the beginning.
Yeah.
You imagine the bear is just like, fuck yeah, I've got fucking easy food right here. And then just these fucking things that you just assume are other animals, because Harry also just
Yeah.
fucking, come through and are, able to beat the fuck out of you also. At least the gorillas would have been able to. At least it could have been a cool fight.
I mean, here's the thing though. We have ancestors, Neanderthals, that had spears that killed bears bigger than that
Yeah.
on purpose for meat. Okay?
Yeah.
Those chimps would have fucking ran that thing through with so many spears, it wouldn't even been funny.
But it was cool when
Oh, it
Koba
was-
jumps
I
from
really
the fucking
liked
top
it.
and just goes right
Yeah,
to the
when-
back of its neck.
That was awesome.
Yeah.
I was like, that's my favorite part of the whole movie.
It
I
was
said it right
fucking
off the bat.
sweet.
Yeah.
And it stayed the favorite part of my movie. That was awesome.
Yeah.
And Caesar standing there, scaring the bear back. That was like, oh shit.
Yeah.
The bear's like, what the fuck is wrong with this guy? Why isn't he scared? And of course, God knows what a gorilla would do to that thing. If he, some of
that
it
would
is
be
like
a cool
they
fight.
don't-
I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Did they ever do that on
I
that
would-
show? What the hell was that called?
I mean, Steve, if Romans would have been better, what do you call it? Note takers, not note takers, document holders, whatever, on their
Documentarians?
Coliseum fights, we would know what would happen. But they would never have had like a smart gorilla.
Excuse me.
That's
Would
like,
they have ever gotten gorillas? We kind of talked about this, and like, I don't think they discovered gorillas until really late, and I don't know if the Romans ever went that far into the jungles.
well, I mean, let's be real here. The natives that lived there knew about them the whole time. Isn't that funny
yeah.
though? Like,
but did the Romans go that
we
far down?
discovered this area where people are living at, where other humans live. We discovered it. That's just weird, and then
Yeah.
somehow they just end up in. Anyways, I don't know, because it seems like I read somewhere that they did have some gorillas around, and they were kind of like a, urban. Everybody thought they were bullshit, or I don't know. I can't remember exactly what was said about it. Let's just imagine that they did get a gorilla
Yeah.
and they jacked it up on cocaine and then had it fight a bear.
Oh
Did
my
they have
gosh.
cocaine?
Of course they did. It's the Roman times.
Is coca leaves?
No,
or
they
is
don't
that
have
like a?
cocaine.
Isn't
in
that like
fucking
a
South
mod?
America.
Yeah, I was gonna say, isn't that like a New World plant?
Could have got them jacked up on mushrooms, probably methamphetamine somehow.
They're just cooking meth. They got fucking Walter
Fucking
White in there.
Caesar's just popping fucking Adderalls.
Oh man.
He's like, yeah, I found this case of them. It had this weird like metal thing around it. I think it was some kind of a alien ship. It's just a time traveler with a lot of Adderall. But
man.
anyways, I don't know. The whole premise, that part of the movie really bugged me. And
Yeah.
then bringing that guy up again, like, okay, honestly, if I'm the blonde guy and this guy shoots the chimpanzee, I would have waited until other chimps could see it, and then I would have shot the guy and been like, humans don't kill apes. I'm so sorry. Fuck that guy. We don't want people like that around us. Let me know if you guys get harassed. I'll get rid of them. And then I'd go back down to base and be like, who doesn't like monkeys? All right. Hey, we've got a special deal for you guys. It's great. Come on out here. Here, get in a line. This deal requires you be in a line. Pow! Look at that. I got 9 of them in one shot. Wasn't that cool? Get the rest of them. We don't need these fucking assholes fucking this up. Well, I mean, for Christ's sakes, that's a death wish. For crying out, who the hell would want to be within 100 miles of one of those things?
Yeah.
I mean, people are, what's scary, I think, a lot about the whole like AI taking over thing or whatever is they could make themselves bodies that are worse than that to deal with.
Worse than the apes to deal with?
Worse than
Yeah.
to deal with the apes. And I mean, there's definitely bush hunters and stuff that'll tell you stuff like, yeah, I shot this fucking chimpanzee right in the heart and it still killed my buddy. There's all kinds. There's a guy I know lives in Alaska and he's got a couple of bear stories. It's like, yeah, this guy shot this bear in the heart with a 308 from like 400 yards away and it died 20 feet in front of the guy.
Fuck that.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
That's what, that's all. I mean, chimpanzees have like 40 times the testosterone of a human being, So I think once they get to the point where they're mad, like there's nothing that's going to stop them. So their whole society would have just, unless they got their emotions under control, their whole society would have just been a big fucking fight the whole time.
Yeah.
I mean, that's like one of those funny things where, because like I know some smart people that have really terrible emotional control and they just do all kinds of dumb stuff when they're mad.
I feel
like the dumbest stuff.
I feel like they had to have had some kind of like emotional control. I mean, they built some, a semblance of society there, and wasn't there. With this, they like they said they fight each other, but they don't.
What I'm saying is the whole premise of the first movie is that just because they're smart, they have emotional control.
Well, what I'm wondering is maybe it changes them chemically that way too, somehow. It alters that. Some other shit besides just the brain.
Maybe.
So I don't know. I mean, they don't ever go. I mean, it doesn't go that far into it. It's not that science heavy. So, I think the first.
I mean, it would
first
have to
movie
like really
is more sciencey
screw
than
up
this.
It would really have to screw up their how much testosterone and stuff they make because, like, you see what happens to a person when they get all roided up.
Yeah.
Like they start to get mad and then they just explode. What's funny though is you get a guy with low testosterone. He's just as bad as a guy with super high testosterone.
Gotta have it down the middle, man.
Oh,
Moderation.
yeah, low T. That's the whole plot of King of the Hill. I'm actually basing that. Actually, I think that's true because there's a lot of older guys who start like shrinking and stuff, and they just end up really fucking. They get bitter and they're angry, and I think they finally get used to it. And
Hank just has a narrow urethra.
No, he has low T.
There's a flat butt.
There's a whole episode about it. Steve probably knows the episode too.
Oh man.
But anyway, so that's like who the fuck like hey, let's take the bald guy again. Yeah, the Incredible Hank. Yeah, he starts like wanting to bang Peggy all the time and he gets pimples and he's like working out. He feels great.
So Peggy suspects Hank from suffering from irritable male syndrome and begins spiking his coffee with testosterone, turning Hank from low energy everyman to muscle go-getter. I do remember that, yeah.
Yeah, my dad got tested for that shit because I told him, I was like, you need to go in there. I think you got low T or something. I guess he was on the high end of the male spectrum to begin with.
Yeah.
When he was like 50 something, I don't know, he was 61. I don't know. It was right before his heart attack.
Yeah.
So that sucks. I mean, they could have just given him the testosterone. That would have definitely made his heart better.
Oh, totally. 100%. That's how that works.
The stupid thing is like if the FDA would let people use placental stem cells, you just get some shots because I guess it's not even that hard to get there's like a lot of babies being born, I guess. That stuff will fix a lot of things.
Yeah.
Because it's not, anyways, I guess it does a lot better. I guess the embryonic ones generally just make cancer. So.
Yeah, that's all we need is something that makes more cancer.
Yeah. So, but the placental ones, I heard a whole podcast about it, how Mel Gibson, who's like 60, got his dad, who's 90, the stem cell stuff in, I don't know, some middle Central American country. I can't remember which one. Anyways, so his dad got his first boner in like 20 years because of the stem cells. And he's like, I think my dad has more energy than I do now. And it actually like de-ages you to some extent because it fixes some of your old crappy cells. I'm like, damn it. They need to get that shit going so I can be 22 again.
Damn
Oh
it.
yeah, that's what I need.
Yeah, but you'll be 22 again too.
Well.
It's not like it's gonna make me the same smarts I had at 22.
That's what I'm talking about. I would
Yeah,
sure hope not.
that's not it. I'll just feel like I did when I was 22, which is feel pretty good. But I mean, who the fuck brings the bald guy back?
No,
What
I
a
don't
bunch
know.
of doofs.
Fucking morons. They're obviously not very good at what they're doing. They're pretty shitty.
No,
Well,
Like,
he gets sent into timeout. You sit in the truck. You stay here.
I
Yeah.
would have shot him. First fucking problem. I'd be like, you know what, buddy? And then the second time, let's say I didn't shoot him the first time when he starts talking about how they make me sick and all that, I would have been like, you know what? Let's go have a chat. Let's go. We need to go over here. We need to talk this out. Bam! Holy shit, he shot himself. Well, that's what happens to people who hate monkeys. They die. Fuck that guy. Idiot. And then then Koba, what a piece of shit that guy turned
Oh,
out
he's
to
a
be.
total dumb. idiot.
Throwing fucking ash off the goddamn fucking
Yeah,
walkway.
but he's like the schemes. Like, geez, like where'd you find that on some TV show? No, seriously, it was like, oh, I don't know. I guess a human shot him, and then they burned the village, and then he like was playing all, normal monkey basically to those guys that where he got how he got.
That was
gun,
actually really clever.
you know. I'll come back on my second time and get him, not the first time where they
Yeah.
go, oh, that's that dumb one that won't get away from here. What?
Yeah, it holy crap though. I mean, that'd be a crappy situation just to begin with to be the people, but at some point somebody should go, hey, how many of these things? There's 80? All right, fuck that. Let's do something else. Let's find having a fucking hydroelectric power plant is not that easy to maintain.
no.
Nobody there knows how to fucking do it. And then you got to maintain through a forested area all the power lines that go there. That's dumb.
Yeah, the first fucking major storm you get, a tree falls or something like that.
Yeah.
Or one of the apes decides to swing across it and fucking breaks a line. You're fucked.
Yeah.
Now you gotta go back out there and
You
fix
have
it.
no power. Then you got to drive all the way back up. That's stupid. Secondly, the nuclear power plant isn't just going to not be able to be ran anymore. You just have to go there and figure it out.
Yeah.
And don't fucking lower the coils together all the way so they explode. Jeez Louise.
Well, I mean, I
You
feel
know,
like
just be
you could
careful.
still use the same kind of stuff. I don't know. I guess you have to get rid of the radioactive material, but you could still use the same kind of stuff because all it is a steam turbine. So you just have to
Yeah.
figure out a way to heat the water up to spin the turbines. Is all you
Shit
need.
for that
So,
matter, they could just get a whole bunch of trees in there and fucking burn them.
Yeah.
Make steam. Bam, you got power again.
Yeah.
That'd be a really shitty way to do it. You're just like dragging out the radioactive stuff with no suit on.
Yeah.
Hey, where's that bald guy at? Hey, bald guy, go get that. See that rod? Don't look at it too close. Get it out of here. Don't take it anywhere near anybody else, though, all right? It's special, it's secret. You're in charge of that. Don't shoot the rod either, you dumbass.
He's just shooting everything.
He's just like, oh God, the rod's gonna get me. Pow, 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 pow. Stupid ass. Anyway, so there's like a ton of stuff you could do. I mean, like the bike thing.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, there's just an endless amount of stuff you could do to figure out how to get electricity. And staying in San Francisco alone is a stupid idea.
Well, that's just that's a fucking okay. So if you're in California, why the fuck are you in San Francisco? You go to the fucking valley where we grow food.
Yeah.
We grow
that's
a lot of
exactly
food in the valley. There is plenty of fertile fucking land in the fucking valley that you wouldn't. I mean, and then there's also the sunshine and shit like that we, have tons of. Just fucking, solar panels and fucking farms. You don't have to have power all the time.
Well, I mean, I do
And
know
we have
one thing
rivers.
for sure. After 10 years, none of those windmills will operate at all. They'll all be broken off and fucked up.
Yeah.
I talked to a guy who puts them together, and he's like, yeah, they suck. But I'm sure
But we have, up here, we
solar
have
panels
rivers and shit. We
last for fucking ever.
yeah. But we
You know?
also, like I said, we have rivers. We have ways
Oh
to
yeah.
utilize what we have. There are small generators you can use in the water that will spin, and they don't take a lot of maintenance and stuff like that. They don't generate a whole
No.
lot of power, but if you're there, you're not going to need that much power.
You just keep making more of them. Here's
Yeah.
the thing, like there's a Japanese one that I seen that's got like this cool corkscrew thing. It's not very big and it makes enough to like charge your phone and keep a light on,
Yeah.
right? So if you just go, hey, because I think you can make those out of tons of stuff.
Yeah.
I
If
mean,
you know
it
what
would
you're
help
doing,
if,
it wouldn't, I
then
imagine it
again,
wouldn't be that hard.
yeah, I mean, you can experiment with stuff. It's not like there's not an endless supply of alternators, all of that stuff just laying around.
Yeah.
I mean, alternators will charge a battery, and then you could use an inverter, which are all over the place in every single trailer you walk by, you know. So you have an almost endless supply of those.
Yeah, it's just a dumb. Literally, it's just a reason, a premise to
It's
fucking
a
be near
plot
the
device.
apes. But it's like,
It's a
come on,
stupid
you
plot
don't need to
device.
go to. If it's the end of the world, I'm not going to fucking San Francisco or a major city or something like that. If I need to go somewhere, I need to fucking have somewhere that I can grow food and fucking have clean water and stuff. And I'm not gonna have
Well, I mean,
clean
I would
water
have
on
been
the
like,
ocean.
hey, we're gonna make a shitload of travois, and we're gonna drag all this extra supplies we got. Oh wait, we have working vehicles. Okay, we're gonna load up a bunch of trucks, and we're gonna have a couple of guys in the front with like a skidder or something, or a front end loader. We're gonna shove cars out of the road, and we're gonna go take over some spot in, Calusa or someplace that you can grow a bunch of food.
Yeah,
Why would you stay where you can't grow anything? I mean, they're not even out on boats catching fish. It's not
'cause
like the
they're
fish died from the simian flu, you stupid
Yeah.
sons of bitches.
they're definitely looking to just fucking kill off the rest of humanity.
Well, they're like their whole idea what to stay how to survive is just utter stupidity. There's no government there to give you a welfare check anymore in San Francisco.
Yeah.
You got to go out and like get some food.
You're also in a
old-fashioned.
city that is known for earthquakes.
Yeah.
Nothing's been maintained for 10 years at least, probably longer because there's been fighting and stuff like that. So I guess it's actually been 10 years since the first movie, huh? So, but
Yeah.
nothing's been maintained for 10 years. So you got all kinds of shit that could go wrong, gas lines that could burst, fucking, buildings that could collapse because nobody's maintained anything, earthquakes that could happen. Why the fuck are you going to go to a major city where shit can just fall on top of you? Fuck that.
Here's a better plot device, right? The elk, like a bunch of the animals all die out for some reason, whatever. And the apes need some food, so they're raiding the human camp. Or even better, the apes have a cool camp and the people are all starving because they're dummies and can't hunt. And they're raiding the ape camp to try and get food.
Yeah.
That would have been an okay movie. I mean, we're still not to the point where all the people are mutes, though. Isn't
No,
that?
that's the next movie.
Oh, okay. I
Yeah.
was because I know that was part of the movie
Hmm.
of the next one, and I don't know. Do they just end up being dumber from some of the simian flu stuff or something?
I think the virus, I think it turns out that you're not actually immune to it, but it just affects other people differently. So it starts just dumbing
Oh.
you down into what you see in like the old Planet of the Apes movies where the humans are, taken as like slave labor and animals themselves and can't really figure out what can't organize themselves because they're just, dumb as fuck. So basically
Well, I
caveman
mean,
style,
except they're not as like sturdy, strong, tough as a caveman at
Yeah.
all.
Yeah.
God, we'd be like the worst stupid animal.
we,
like,
we are
could
the
you
worst
imagine-
stupid animal. If we're stupid, we're the worst, Eric.
I mean, it's so like it's
Yeah,
so
that's a good
crappy.
point.
Like you can't eat like fucking chimpanzees and gorillas can eat stuff that would kill us.
A lot of animals
There's
can just eat
nothing
whatever
we
the
can
fuck they
eat.
want.
Yeah, there's nothing we can eat that other than like some meat.
Yeah.
With a gorilla can't. I think they can eat some or something. Well,
Basically,
anyways,
they eat, I think the
they're
most
not going to get
protein they
sick
get
and
is
die
like
from shit that we can eat.
Yeah, I think the most protein
No.
a gorilla gets is like grubs and stuff like that. Is what it says.
Yeah.
So.
And we're not. Well, they get plant protein.
Yeah,
know?
but I mean like meat
But
protein.
yeah. Here's the thing, though. There's nothing that we can do that they can't do if they're as smart as us.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe sing or something. I don't know. because we have better set up faces for making words and whatever. But other than that, there's certainly no survivalist thing where we're like, hey, look at this. I can fall off a building 90 feet and survive it. No, that shit. Nuh-uh.
Yeah,
And
I mean,
you know,
I feel like our hands are more what is that? More agile, but that's not going to help for really anything besides, high
they're
tech
great
shit.
for
So
like, I'm going to fix a watch.
yeah,
But when you get in a fist fight with them, it sucks.
yeah, because then you break them and you can't use them at all.
Or like you fall. Have you ever like jumped and like tried to catch yourself because you've seen it in a movie?
Yeah, a lot of times.
Yeah, it doesn't work, does it?
No, it sucks.
Your hands are weak and you just slip and then you fall down and it hurts a lot.
Yeah.
I've tried it a dozen times. I kept thinking that I hit the thing wrong. And every time I just slip. I mean, my favorite is I jumped and I only fell like 4 feet and I tried to catch a rope, popped it right. I mean, just no chance.
Yeah.
Shit,
I'm bad enough. Like, it doesn't take much for my shoulder to pop out of socket. So if I tried any of that, it would just go pop. All right, now I've got a limp arm. Nope. All right, it's dead. So
ow. Steve just wandered around. What happened? I fell and tried to catch myself on the side of a car.
Can you help me with this? Just pop it back in. It'll be all right.
And I gotta say that would suck a lot trying to deal with that because they could outcompete us in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
Here's the thing though. What if you're like, hey, I know how to farm. Why don't I show you guys how to farm?
Yeah.
Hey, yeah. Can I have some of the food for showing you how to farm? Bam. You're living there with the chimpanzees and the gorillas and the orangutans, and they're happy. And you can be like, yeah, if any people show up, let's just run them off. Here's how to use guns.
Let's make some Star Wars traps. We can fucking get some giant logs, tie them up. I don't know, whatever else fucking crazy
Could you imagine the fucking sweet ass Predator movie you could have with the Planet of the Apes versus the Predator? That would be the awesomest movie ever.
I'm almost positive the Predator had like an ape skull in its ship, so.
Yeah, that's right. That definitely has to cross over. You could imagine a gorilla, Caesar would fuck a Predator up. I mean, if you had a special forces guy or somebody who really knew how to fight good,
yeah,
teaching those guys how to do that stuff, the fucking Predator would be just jacked up. Well, because then the Predator's like advantage of being able to like run through the trees, that's gone.
And the apes already have, or like Caesar especially already has the advantage. He's already going to cover himself in mud, so it's not going to matter. He does to get rid of the bugs.
Yeah, that's exactly right. You got to keep those fleas down.
So he's just going to be like already covered with that shit, and the Predator can't see him anyways.
I wonder what their sense of smell and hearing and sight is compared to people.
I think apes have a worse sense of sight.
Oh, I'm sure they do. I mean, everything except like that's one of our. I think that's like our only survival advantage.
Yeah,
is we can see real good, but it uses up a crap load of our brain trying to decode it. Oh yeah, like the visual processing center of the human brain is like humongous, and that would be interesting to see that difference. But like, what is their sense of smell? Like, what's funny is human beings actually have a pretty acute sense of smell, but nobody uses it. They don't know how to use it. Like, well, you have to learn how to use your sense of smell. Like, you have to practice it, like to grow the part of your brain that makes smell work. And everybody doesn't do that. They all just run around ignoring it. You'd be surprised if you were actually trying to smell for stuff all the time. You'd be able to smell stuff that other people are like, I don't smell anything.
Well, it was weird. Like when I found out I was pregnant with Stan, like all of a sudden I was smelling this weird stuff. Like, what the heck? This is the same yard I've been in. It's not like a different time of year. I haven't been in or whatever. And then like the next day or so, I found out I was pregnant, and then I found out that when you're pregnant, you have a higher sense of smell. So I was like, oh, okay, I can finally smell like Eric now.
Yeah,
he goes around smelling everything.
So a monkey, which isn't an ape, but a monkey actually is second only to an eagle on daylight sight. So what about
that's
an ape?
scary.
I typed in ape and it gave me a monkey, so I'm trying to find.
Google, you're gonna be really fucked when the Planet of the Apes take over. I'm gonna tell them about that. Be like, Caesar, Google's full of shit. Go down there and get all them guys. I mean, anyways, I can see how society got so fucked up from that one jackass who's like, "Oh, hey, I know what I'm gonna go cough on people and tell people I'm real sick instead of just calling them on the phone and staying
Oh,
home."
the lab tech.
Yeah, what a jackass!
Oh yeah.
Like, keep your mask on, you doofus. What are you even doing with yourself?
Oh, did you notice the apes in the room, the ones that were I guess the doulas or whatever the fuck you'd call them, the midwives, helping the Caesar's wife give birth? They all had fucking surgical masks on, or what they would
Yeah.
make. Like, I don't think they actually did anything, but I feel like some of them probably came from labs and saw humans do that, and they're like, well, let's do that too.
Yeah.
So,
Well, it's kind of like a shamanistic thing
Yeah.
too. I mean, it'd be interesting to see what kind of a religion they would come up with, or what kind of beliefs and all of that stuff would happen,
yeah.
because that's like what they would think of their meaning and their purpose of life and all that. And anyways, it's just that'd be an interesting place to live, because it'd be like if you and I just got transported there, like we woke up and there's nobody here and the whole fucking place is all shit, I'd be like, where the hell's my wife and kid? God damn it, son of a bitch. And then I'd be like, well, let's go see who's alive in Chico. And then you'd be wandering around, probably in your house, trying to get your internet to work.
Motherfuckers.
Yeah. And then I'd be like, well, fuck, we better go. And then we'd end up down there, and I'd be like, why the fuck are you guys living in San Francisco?
Why would we end up in San Francisco? We have no desire to go to San Francisco. I don't have a desire to go to San Francisco
because
now.
we would be in an RV full of Twinkies driving around to see who's still left.
Oh, so we're fucking last man on earthing it?
Yes. We both know that I would want to go to every town
Yeah.
and drive a car through the police station.
Also, so you can write, just shit on billboards and stuff like that.
Yeah. Eric was here. Suck it. Stuff like that. That would be fun. We could go looting. That'd also be fun. I mean, you got to keep yourself entertained. That's a pretty crappy circumstance.
Yeah, I guess apes have about the same as humans for sense of smell, or sense of sight, I mean.
Oh, that's really scary.
Because, I mean, they got to spot snakes and other predators that might try to get them, so they got to be able to see camouflage shit in fucking jungles.
I bet
and
their
stuff,
night
so.
vision is better than ours.
Oh, I'm sure it is, because they use it more. I feel like it would be. Let's see. And humans.
Poor Stan. He's just over there like, ah. Poor little crumb grinder.
No, vertebrates are more or less blind to color. Blah, blah. I don't know. Do they have reflective eyes like cats do?
No.
Well, they probably
might
have.
just like, if their pupils dilate more. I don't know. There was I was reading somewhere that human beings split off from whatever the hell right before the reflective eyes thing evolved. Like whatever our super predecessor was.
Yeah.
Split off before that was. So wouldn't that be nice though, having reflective eyes?
It'd be sweet.
I mean,
like
that'd be a lot
fucking,
better
Riddick,
than
right?
bullshit ass eyes we got now.
Yeah.
I feel like that's why vampires are so pissed off, is because their eyes hurt all the time.
I wear sunglasses all the time.
Yeah, they're like, God damn, there's a lot of fucking light in here. But anyway, so that'd be cool though. Getting gorillas to be like your farm animal. How about the discipline they trained into those fucking horses? That guy had a horse jumping through the fucking fire. You can't do that.
Crazy.
Horses are like, fuck you, that's hot. I'm not going over there.
I feel like that's a really scary sight too, to see a fucking ape riding a horse.
That's a shit your pants.
Yeah.
We have made the wrong decision sight right there.
Because you've given them them speed as well as fucking height advantage, so they could leap at you if they need to. But they also just carry a giant club.
They can outrun a person. That's the thing that the movie doesn't get right at all. Those fucking chimps can fly along at like fucking 35 miles an hour at a sustained rate.
Well, I think that they were because they were in the
The
trees. I think
average
they were already
person can
moving
run
faster
fucking
than
12 miles an hour.
Well, I think like they do it in the beginning where they're swinging through the trees though, and they are definitely going faster than those people. So I
Yeah.
mean,
Yeah.
and I feels like maybe most of them are more comfortable swinging through those trees anyways. So
Well, that's the only part of the movie that really was like, no. Have you ever screwed around climbing a tree?
not as much
Half
as
of
you
those
guys.
limbs that those guys tried to hang on would have exploded and they would have ate shit. I mean, those limbs are all like rotten, crappy. Like they're not going to support a 200-pound animal flying through there.
Well, a lot of
And-
those trees too, because they're pine, they're you know the type they are. I feel like aren't those branches a lot higher anyways, especially that old of a forest.
Yeah.
Wouldn't that be a lot higher anyways? So
Even if they're redwood trees,
yeah,
the fucking limbs are way off the ground. And then what do you do if you slip?
Yeah.
Like it's not the jungle where there's a shitload of stuff underneath you to catch. It's the ground. You're going to hit the ground.
you got the lower apes out there like throwing padding on the ground and stuff like that. So
There's just
when they
gorillas
fall-
pounding down.
Yeah.
They're like, I'm falling. Hold on. I got you. Okay. You know, I mean, I do think that they're able to take a higher fall than a person just because of their like tendon, bone strength, and all that stuff.
yeah.
Because I know they can like get themselves. There's like they have a lot more tendon strength and stuff than people do, and bone strength. There's just a whole thing. They're so scary. They're so much fucking stronger than we are.
Yeah.
Who the hell would be like, let's go take it from the gorillas up there? I mean, for Christ's sakes, if you're just
Gary
shooting
Oldman,
dumb
man.
ones, if you're just shooting like, I thought he was going to be the good guy in this because
Yeah.
that blonde guy looks like a bad guy.
Oh man, what is this?
I mean, I don't know why that guy's all of a sudden I've seen him in 2 movies and I'm like, what the fuck is this guy doing? He's kind of blah and he looks like a villain.
He's very blah looking. I don't know if he looks like a villain necessarily, but blah.
Oh, that's right. He
Well,
was
I
in
mean-
Pet, that's where I recognize him. He was Pet Cemetery. He's also John Connor in
Um,
Terminator Genesis.
I haven't seen that. I seen him
Wasn't
in
very good.
Pet Sematary.
I seen him in Pet Cemetery. I also seen him in this movie. It's like a Winchester House movie. Kelly and I
Oh
watched.
yeah,
part of it.
Winchester.
It
Yeah,
was
yeah.
terrible.
That's right. He was
Yeah.
the doctor in that. Yeah, I
Yeah.
remember that.
And the whole time I'm like, this guy looks like a piece of shit. He looks like he could be a druggie or a drug dealer or like a serial killer or something. I don't know. He must do a really good job at his auditions.
Yeah, I don't know.
Or
You know
something.
who I felt really bad for is Maurice. I feel like there's no
Yeah.
other orangutans around. He's the only one. And he's just like, no, okay, whatever. I'll just teach these kids.
Orangutans are like pretty cool animals too.
They are. We went to the
I
zoo.
think they're
Those guys
definitely
are
the
awesome.
chillest of all the great apes. You know.
Yeah, those
And,
arms, the fucking arms are so fucking long. It's awesome. Just look
Yeah.
really cool. Fucking gingers. God damn it. Gingers of the Eight Kingdom. though.
Steve would be like, "Can you turn me into a black orangutan?
They're like, whoa, that's racist, man.
I identify as an orangutan, but I'm a weird one. You know, albino one. That's
Yeah.
even worse.
I don't want to be. I
How
don't want to be a
creepy would
ginger.
that
All
be?
right.
Yeah. How creepy would an albino orangutan be?
Creepy as fuck. Let's see if there's a picture. It's not actually that bad. It just reminds me of what's it called? What's that movie? Fucking Congo. A little bit of that.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
that was such a good book and such a terrible movie
Yeah, it
execution.
was. Here, I'll put it up on the screen. Everybody can see it. Not that bad. Actually, pretty cute.
Oh
I'd go-
really?
I'd go for an albino orangutan.
Shit, one of my favorite movies as a kid is that shit, I can't remember the name of it now. Any Which Way But Loose,
Uh huh.
and the other one, and has the orangutan in it,
Yeah.
and he's like tearing a car apart and stuff, knocking out the bikers. You know,
Yeah. I put it in the
but
chat.
oh okay, you did.
In,
Looks like
Discord.
it's in general. Right, hold on, I'm gonna get my mouse on over there. Oh yeah, they don't look scary at all.
No, not too bad, right?
Yeah, they actually. Yeah, they look Well, they look like an easy target, but
I
other
feel
than
like
that,
that's a baby. Also, it's not a very big one.
oh, it's definitely a
Yeah.
baby. Yeah.
But yeah, I something the size of Maurice that could be scary. I feel.
Not any scarier than the ginger ones, though, because
No.
you know that thing has ginger worms.
Fucking ginger worms. Oh man. But like
But
the fact that like he says that he's talking to Caesar and says that he's only seen the bad side of humans, but he's the gentlest fucking one of them towards humans. Like he's taking care of that
Yeah.
kid and shit like that. Like giving him his bag back, hanging out with him, stopping. He fucking tells the humans to run when Koba shoots Caesar, shit like that.
was
So
was Maurice in the shelter, or was he in
yeah,
the
he was in
testing
he was in
facility?
the shelter. But he was
Well,
I
he
think he
hasn't.
was a circus orangutan.
I still don't think he's seen just the worst, because there was a couple of the people in the shelter that weren't that bad.
No, but he says that he's
You
only
know.
seen bad humans, is what he
Oh,
tells
that's
Caesar
yeah.
when they're talking.
He
Like,
certainly
because
hasn't
Caesar,
seen any of them that just let him loose.
yeah, well, because Caesar tells him, that I think Maurice asked him why he's letting the humans back or something like that, and it was like Caesar says, some humans are all right, and then Maurice just says that he's only seen the bad, and then I think like Caesar kind of turns his mind on that one. That's when he starts, going to the kid and stuff like that, and looking in the book and shit. So,
I mean, what's kind of shitty about some of these movies is they kind of like, a lot of these movies like to make the people, like Avatar, like all people are bad.
yeah,
And the thing is, this is like the lesson that everybody seems to forget to put in the movie is that, like, most people aren't bad. They just go along with the bad people for
yeah,
way too fucking long. Like, there's ample opportunity to go, hey, I'm not doing that. I mean, for crying out loud, Ash was like, hey, this is stupid. I'm not doing that.
yeah.
And then he got chucked off the thing. And that's the fear that everybody needs to stand up to, is some tyrant like, you're going to fucking kill this guy because I said so. And then everybody's too scared to say no. And that's what we all need to remember. Like, a whole bunch of Germans, if they would have just been like, I'm not doing that, well, history would look a lot different. At least for World War II.
Yeah.
And that's like an important lesson that I feel like is in no movies whatsoever. Because if everybody stands up and is like, I'm not going to do that, then you can't do any of, like, none of those schemes work.
Well, it's not in movies because then it doesn't make for an interesting plot line, right? Like, what
Well,
else
you
are you
could
going to do
have a
then?
movie about everybody standing up and fucking up this guy's huge plot line and foiling the plot, instead of having like one guy stand up and instead everybody's like, fuck, we're not doing that. Like, they all just wake up and come to their senses.
But who's
You
your big
know?
bad at that point? Then you don't really have a big bad in the movie, and then people lose interest when they don't have somebody they got to fight against. If everybody's starting to go, okay, wait, no, hold on, we're gonna stand up against this guy for whatever, blah blah blah, and I mean that's kind of the point of most movies, anyways. Is there? It's just not necessarily the people in that side, like
Oh,
the
yeah, yeah.
Germans, not necessarily facing against. It's usually you see Americans, French, or English going against the Germans and stuff like that, saying
Yeah.
fuck off with this stuff. It's not usually the own people, and I don't know.
Even though that's not why they did that. They did that because they got drafted and somebody said, hey, go shoot those guys. Most of
Yeah.
the Americans had no fucking idea any of that shit was even happening. And
Yeah.
if they had heard about it, according to my grandpa, most people thought that the stuff was made up.
Yeah.
Like, it wasn't, they didn't think it was actually happening. They thought it was bullshit, because that doesn't sound realistic. Who the fuck would do that?
Well, the thing
But that's
is
the
that
thing,
some
like,
of that sentiment was pretty prevalent in America also. Anyways, we just weren't doing what
well,
they were
certainly
doing
not
anyways, so.
load them up and
No.
nuke them all. They were just like, I don't like whatever, some stupid stereotype. But anyway, so okay, so let's say you got a movie, right? And it's an alternate timeline. Well, what if in the midst of World War II, or right before it, a whole bunch of Germans found out, wait a second, we're doing what with the Jews? And then they had a civil war. Then you could have the movie be about the guys who were like, we're not doing that. And then the loyalist Nazis in a fight. And then you could have that be the movie, where instead of standing there going, oh, well, I'll get in trouble if I say anything, they were like, fuck off, we're not doing that. And then that could be the movie. It's
Yeah.
a Civil War movie. And then you could have the bad guy, the good guys and the bad guys and all that. It'd be a great movie. It's a good lesson too, because it's like, hey, don't fucking let your government do stupid shit like that. But the problem is when you're by yourself, trying to stand it, like it takes the first guy to do it, and the first guy's going to get nuked. Fuck the first like 1,000. Like, for instance, if we found out our government was like, well, here's a good one, like locking up Mexicans in cages. Nobody does anything about that.
Yeah.
It's like, how about go down there with some guns and, let them out? There's an idea, but nobody does that because they know that they show up down there with guns, they're going to all their families, they're all going to get nuked, because the government has way more guns than we do, especially in California.
Yeah, I was gonna say California, definitely.
And I mean, nobody can even make
closer to those areas where this is happening. Definitely, the government has more. If it was somehow happening further north, there's quite a few guns further north in California than south. So,
oh, definitely, yeah. Well, I mean, shit, you get into Oregon, and it's like, good luck with that. Like, if California suddenly became part of Mexico,
yeah,
and then it's like the Oregonians were like, we don't want you guys locking those guys up in cages. Fuck that. Like, the government would be like, oh, we better stop this. They're going to show up and shoot all of us. Because Oregonians actually got in shootouts with the FBI and somebody else recently. So they're not afraid of that crap.
yeah.
And, that's what you should do. You should stand up for what's right and not be just completely, I don't know. I just feel like that's a good lesson for everybody to learn. Have your sense of community and try and do the right thing, not just bow down to some tyrant because you might get hurt.
Yeah.
But, I mean, shit, it's even in this movie, right? Ash is like, no.
Yeah, and then you see
I'm not
some of the,
doing that.
you see the apes that were put in the bus also, Maurice and
Yeah.
a bunch of the other ones that were, not going to do what Koba wanted to do. So even Bright, was his name Bright Eyes, I think, the kid.
Oh, yeah, I don't know what the hell the kid's name was.
Anyways, whatever Caesar's kid's name was getting to that point also, like where he lets what's his name get away, just
Yeah.
tells him to leave. So, or I guess he goes with him, huh?
Yeah, he went with him. He's like, hey, well, he didn't just immediately shoot him.
Yeah.
Which was nice. And then when he didn't do that, he's like, hey, your dad's still alive. And he's like, what?
Yeah.
And he finds out that the piece of shit who's, been over there turning him against the thing.
Do you think if the kid didn't have all those scratches on him, do you think that guy would have known that was Caesar's kid?
No.
No fucking way, right?
No.
It would have turned into a different movie completely if that bear didn't attack him in the beginning.
Well, I mean, like Kelly said, they all look alike. You can't tell them apart.
Fucking racist.
Yeah. It's actually a different race, too. It's not just like... Anyway, so that's the... I mean, that's like... I don't know. People are actually pretty good at telling them apart. Like apes and stuff, because I know.
But
that
I
the
feel
ones
like that amount of time, you didn't really spend enough time.
Oh yeah,
with
and
the
then
animal.
seeing him in the dark,
yeah,
he'd be like, "Oh shit, this one's gonna get me."
Yeah.
Oh fuck, he'd just be like scrambling to hide, and then the other one would show up and be like, "Hey, what are you doing here, doofus?"
Yeah.
Why the fuck? What kind of an asshole lets that bald-haired? I mean, I would be like, "Wait a second, what are the odds these things?" Wait. Can't normal chimpanzees distinguish between group members? And everybody'd be like, well, yeah. Why the fuck are we bringing... You know what? Bald guy needs to get shot. He fucking shot one. He could put our entire fucking organization in jeopardy because he panicked. Fuck this guy.
And you're already in somewhat of like a militaristic fucking... I don't know if it was really a dictatorship, but it was very much like there were a couple of guys who were... I think, Gary Oldman's military. I don't know. Was the other guy military also? Was he in that? Was he in the picture of the...
I didn't
see. In the thing?
I don't
Can't
think
remember.
so.
So he was probably just some dude. I don't know. But,
there's a lot of military leaders that aren't super hardcore. Let's just nuke them all.
Yeah.
We're founded by people who were military leaders that were pretty definite. Like, hey, let's give everybody a chance here.
Yeah, but you
You
don't
know?
really get that in this fucking in Planet of the Apes movies.
No.
First one, you've got the lab guy who's just like kill everything. The cops are the kill everything. You've got second one, you've got this fucking
Well,
Gary
the
Oldman
cops,
guy.
I mean, they did that perfectly because that's exactly what the reaction would have been like. Hey, let's get in a helicopter illegally with an automatic fucking M249 or whatever, and let's mow these sons of bitches down.
Where'd you get that
Which
from?
is
Oh, I
like-
brought it from home.
Yeah, it's like, well, he's like, I play a lot of Tom Clancy's Ghost Recon, and
Oh,
they
no.
sent me one as a gift because I bought so many of their packages. You know, so many of those
Microtransaction
loot
shit?
boxes. I bought all of my last year's salary loot boxes.
And then
What?
the third one, you have Woody Harrelson. Yep, that's his name, right? Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. I haven't seen the third. This
you
is
have
the first
him-
time I've seen this one.
Yeah, you have him as the big bad mean military man. So
Oh, jeez.
literally leading military people. So
They couldn't have got a real military-ish guy. Instead,
I
they
know.
got the guy everybody knows from Cheers and being a stoner. What?
Oh man,
Whose casting decision was that? You know, they have like real Navy SEALs that can act, right?
Yeah, but Woody Harrelson, man. So that's who you
Yeah.
hire.
That's stupid. Whatever. The casting, like, who the fuck is making these decisions?
You know what I would
here?
want to see would be great. Andy Serkis plays the military guy as well as Caesar.
Yeah.
Andy Serkis does
I
such
wanna
a
see
great
that
job as
too.
that crazy fucking
Yeah.
guy.
I wouldn't mind seeing somebody like Denzel Washington play a bad guy again.
Yeah.
He was so good in that. Oh my God, the movie just popped the
See,
head
American
out.
Gangster, Training Day.
Training Day. He was
Yeah.
so good in Training Day. They could even do the switch too, where he seems all right and he's gonna be okay. He's gonna like get along, and then bam, lays the hammer down. He's a corrupt piece of shit,
Yeah.
just like in that movie. That would be fantastic.
Oh man, the next one has Steve Zahn in it too. I forgot about that. Fucking Steve Zahn's
Oh, does
awesome.
it? Is he like the good guy?
He's an ape.
Really?
Yeah, he's awesome in it. He's fucking great.
I love that guy.
Yeah.
I've always okay. This is stupid, but I've really wanted to see since you had us watching that Psych. I've wanted to see the main character from Psych and Steve Zahn in a buddy comedy where
God, that would be great.
Steve Zahn is like the goofier one, and they're like, I don't know, they could be hucksters. There's a ton of stuff, you know.
What's that guy's name? Fucking James Roday.
Yeah, that could be right.
Yeah, that's his name.
I can't.
That
remember
would be
his
fucking
name.
great. God damn.
Yeah.
I love Psych. That's such a good show.
And that's an original movie or
And
TV
Steve
show.
Zahn is fucking amazing, and he needs to be in more stuff. And I'm upset that
Yeah.
he's not in his more stuff. So
Yes, he should be. I've seen almost every single movie I've ever seen it with him in it. It's great just because he's in it.
yeah, it's such a fucking
mean,
awesome job.
you know.
Ridiculous Six was not a great movie, but he was pretty good in it.
Yeah, he was. We're the Left Eye Gang.
Yeah.
That was actually not a bad movie. I gotta say, although it would have been nice, like instead of Luke Wilson, if they had James Roday as that guy.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know. I just think that'd be great. But it's just funny how some guys just they got like what the hell's that? Jai Courtney in movies. James wrote, no role for you, buddy.
Yeah.
Instead, we're gonna have a guy who people have no idea who he is. But he's been in more movies than anybody else.
And we've never remember that he was in a movie. We never remember the movies he was in except for fucking Suicide Squad, and we only know that because we wanted it to be a lot better.
He's a pointless character in it. It doesn't make any sense that he's even there. Like there's a million Australians they could have had. Like I can think of 3 brothers who are Australian that could have been in the movie. And we got to admit, it would have been really funny to see Chris Hemsworth's short, squat older brother in there.
God damn it.
As Captain Boomerang.
It'd been good just to see, like, somehow we get, oh, dude, even though it's Australian, we need like a 3 Vikings movie with the fucking Hemsworth brothers.
That would have been, yeah, that'd be pretty good.
Oh man.
Instead of doing the Englishman
Yeah.
Viking accent, just do Australian.
Yeah, just fucking full on Australian accents.
Yeah, fuck it. That'd be pretty good. I like that idea.
Oh man.
That'd be pretty cool. They look like it,
Yeah.
you know.
Let's
I
see.
always wonder why they don't have the Skarsgård brothers doing that stuff,
Yeah.
you know, with their dad. What the hell are we doing here? I always thought like a King Conan movie with the Skarsgård dad and brothers as the villains,
Mm-hmm.
where they're trying to take over Conan's spot, and they can even have Conan's kids in there, maybe even Clint Eastwood's kid in there too for some reason. You know?
Just cause.
Yeah, well, he's a handsome guy. He'll get ladies to watch the show,
Yeah.
you know? It's really weird though. I was watching a podcast and I'm like, is that fucking Clint Eastwood from when his 20s? What the hell? Holy shit, that's his kid. Wow.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy how close they look.
Yeah, I mean,
Ridiculous.
it's like some DNA
I feel like maybe Clint Eastwood might have cloned himself.
yeah.
Like it's possible he cloned himself, and this just
Steve's like, I love Clint Eastwood. I know he's the emperor now. He cloned himself.
Fuck yeah,
Yeah.
following Clint Eastwood.
Yeah.
Oh man. All
You
right.
know? And isn't that weird though? How some people like they make kids that are just a spit of them, and then some of them it's like they're related.
Yeah, there's been a lot of those where I'm like, oh
What?
fuck, those guys are the same fucking person.
Well, what's even
yeah.
funnier is you get like kind of a doofy looking actor,
Yeah.
and then they, it's like Alec Baldwin's. I think that's who it is. I don't know. There's one of them that made a kid, and I was like, that they're related. Jeez, the mother's genes really took over on that one.
Yeah.
Whew, that was good. So,
Oh man. All right. What rating did you give this?
I gave this 4 stars, and Kelly gave this 3 stars.
I'm gonna give this 3.5 stars.
You know what? I'm gonna give it 3.5 too because of that plot crap. It was driving me nuts.
Okay.
And I got to talking about it, and I was like, you know what's funny? I almost think we should have like a rating of the movie and then a rating on how easy it was to talk about it. Because this time we didn't really veer off too much on other stuff.
No, we
This was
definitely kind of
easy.
stuck with the movie.
Yeah, this was a lot easier to talk about just the movie.
Yeah.
Because I know there's been a couple of movies that I've watched it and I've been like, I don't know what to say.
Well, yeah, we've had many of those where we literally will start and we'll talk a little bit and then bam, we are on fucking shit jokes and dick farts and some other fucking thing, or video games or Star Wars or superheroes, something like that. So we've definitely
we did
gone.
manage to work some superheroes in this.
Yeah.
Captain America would get his fucking, he would get so fucked trying to fight one of these things.
He kind of
He'd be
fights
over
something
there-
like this in the what the fuck's the one? Not in game. No, it isn't in game. Wait, which one is the one? Damn it. The one before the last Avengers movie. Jesus Christ, I can't remember right now.
Oh, where
brain's
he's
not
fighting
working.
the alien?
Yeah, the alien guys that are like running around on all fours and stuff.
Caesar with a little bit of martial arts training would just kick the shit out of him. He would have he'd catch the fucking shield. I feel like the chimpanzees' brains just work faster.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, they can climb, they can go through the fucking trees and slip and then not
Infinity
just
War.
die.
Yeah.
What?
Infinity War is what I was thinking.
Yeah, that's it. I would like to see the giant in that, although they call him a dwarf. Just running through with a sword, just fucking shit up in a movie.
Fucking Peter Dinklage.
Yeah. He's got such a great voice. I really miss him as the ghost on Destiny.
He's another one that needs to be in a lot more stuff.
Yeah. I seen a movie. I was actually going to pick it. I don't remember if I did. It's called Rememory. He's the main character in it. It was a really good movie.
Haven't picked it yet, but yeah. I've seen that on
good.
what do we have that on something? Wasn't it free on like Google Play or something like that?
No, I'm pretty sure I bought it.
Oh, did you? Okay.
I think so. I think I bought it because I was like, oh, I really, he's a good actor, and the movie had a good trailer.
Yeah.
It didn't give the whole movie away. I remember that, which is nice. You
Pretty
know what?
rare.
I'm back to let's put trailers in that don't even have anything to do with the movie.
Let's take all the deleted scenes maybe
Let's-
and start putting stuff
Yeah,
in.
let's
that
quit
you'll never
having like
see.
the entire plot of the movie in the fucking trailer where you can watch the movie in 2 minutes.
Yeah.
By the way, when are one of you guys gonna buy the new Star Wars so I can see it? I'm too poor to do it. You got to get Jason or Ricky to do it.
Ricky, come on, man.
Ricky needs to sell his body to Johnny enough times where he can afford it.
He doesn't even watch Star Wars. There's no fucking way he's gonna buy Star Wars.
Well, we need to tell him Seth MacFarlane's in it. He won't know the difference.
It's possible Seth MacFarlane is in it.
You know
A lot
what?
of
I'm pretty
cameos
sure
of
he's one of the
different people.
stormtroopers. He's definitely in one of the. He's definitely one of the stormtroopers. I heard his voice. Why isn't he making a Star Wars movie?
God, that would be awesome.
I would love
Even
to
if
see him.
even an animated series, because that guy is a huge fucking Star Wars fan. He's already made his own Star Trek show, which is fucking amazing.
Oh yeah, that's better than any Star Trek out right now.
Yeah, and so he definitely should fucking do some.
Well, imagine this, right? You could even have okay, so Seth MacFarlane is a stormtrooper, and then you could have anybody pretty much else except for Jai Courtney as the other stormtrooper.
Yeah.
And then have him just be like they got left behind on Tatooine when they were looking for Luke Skywalker.
Yeah.
Or whoever, and they're just like, fuck, what do we do now?
Let's just throw him into the fucking Mandalorian. He can just be in there. Be like
Bill
those two.
Burr and him as stormtroopers. You can have Bill Burr as his character from the Mandalorian, as the sniper, because he was an ex-sniper.
Yeah.
You know, and then you have the regular stormtrooper, and they're trying to figure out what to do and have to deal with some bandits or something, and then just the shenanigans.
God damn, Bill Burr's character was fucking really cool in that show too.
Yes, he was.
God.
They did a good job.
I'm glad it wasn't just like some throwaway dumb fucking piece of shit thing, that was like, oh, we got this guy on here. No, he was like a fucking legit cool fucking character. So
I loved how they were making fun of the son of a bitch. What the hell's his name? The whole race on Naboo that's not the Nabooans.
Oh, the Gungans, yeah.
They're making fun of the Gungans. Yeah. I was like,
oh, that's awesome.
Oh, that's so fucking funny.
Yeah.
Really scary. I was like, oh, I wonder if we're gonna hear some racial bullshit over a fictional race.
It'd be great if we fucking started yelling about Solstins. That's when me and you are in there. We're fucking we're stormtroopers and we're just sitting fucking at our bikes or at fucking inside one of those ATSTs or something like that, and be like, oh man, it smells like Solstin flaps in here. Fucking gross. Who the fuck let one of those pieces of shit in here?
Yeah. They're like, I can't believe you. The rebels must be fucked up because they have those stinky fucking yeast machines over there in their fucking they're
Face
flying
flaps.
around with them.
Fucking
they're flying around with those yeast
flaps.
machines. They're disgusting.
I'd rather have a fucking Wookiee in this thing. Those guys stink.
God damn. Wookiees are at least strong.
Yeah.
Fucking all the Solstins can do is smell strong.
Oh man. All right. With that, next week's movie is my choice. I'm choosing Spider-Man, the Tobey Maguire one, because we haven't started any of those yet.
Oh no shit.
Yeah. So we're gonna watch Spider-Man 1, Tobey Maguire one from fucking 2002 or whatever the hell it was.
Oh yeah, that's got the guy from True Blood and something else. That Manganiello guy. He's in that movie. He's like Flash Thompson or something. I remember I was watching it on I don't know, some cable show, and I was like, "Oh my god, that's that guy! Hilarious!"
Yeah.
And then you see goofy Tobey Maguire running around.
Yeah, and you got a bunch of 40-year-olds trying to play teenagers, and it's fucking great. But it is the best fucking Green Goblin out there. Fucking Willem Dafoe fucking nails it with Green Goblin.
Yeah.
But we'll talk about all this stuff next week.
And
also J.K. Simmons as J. Jonah Jameson, the only J. Jonah Jameson there should be. And looks like that might be the only J. Jonah Jameson we get. So that'll be good.
Wouldn't it,
he's fucking great.
I gotta say, I would really like to have seen Jack Nicholson in his youth play the Green Goblin.
He could have done it. He could have done a really good job.
I
think he did a good job.
More menacing than Willem Dafoe is.
Oh, definitely. He did a good job as the Joker, I think, as like a kind of gangsta style. So
yeah.
Gangsta, it's not really gangsta, it's gangster, isn't it? He wasn't.
Oh yes,
yeah,
definitely. It's
Yeah.
definitely a lot more, Italian gangster.
Yeah. So, but
So
we'll talk about all this stuff next week as we talk about Spider-Man. Thanks for watching,
awesome.
everybody. We'll put this up there, and there you go. Thanks for watching, everybody. Make sure you guys like us on Facebook, facebook.com/Heroic Adventure Productions, twitch.tv/Heroic Adventure, mixer.com/Turkader, and twitch.tv/TurkaderPlays. Also, youtube.com/Heroic Adventure Productions. Follow us on Twitter @HAP Gaming. Follow me on Twitter @Turkader. Follow Eric on Twitter
Quick and severe.
Kelly there.
No.
Okay. Follow Kelly on Twitter @SugarSnuggles, Jason on Twitter @Unbelievable1, and Ricky on Twitter @FurryTwitterballs. You can also email us at Steve, Eric, Kelly, Jason, and Ricky @HAPGaming.com. Each one of those names individually @HAPGaming.com. You can find all the stuff I've been saying in the description on youtube.com/Heroic Adventure Productions and twitch.tv/TurkaderPlays. That's going to be it, everybody. Make sure you guys join us next Sunday, 7 o'clock p.m. Pacific time, as we talk about Spider-Man 2002. And sometime next week, hopefully I'll actually jump in and stream something this week. So join us either Tuesday or Wednesday as I stream something. I'm not sure what yet. 7:30 Pacific PM. If you hit that bell on YouTube, it will notify you when I start streaming. So if I can do that, that'd be great. Also, like and subscribe. Tell your friends. Donate. Buy me a taco. I don't know how I'm going to get that taco right now. I guess I can order it from Grubhub or go to the drive-thru, but still, buy me a taco would be amazing. So we'll talk to you guys next week.
Bye.
Bye.